Panther Broadcasting, powered by Prepcast, past Washington, and now we're headed into Fort Zumwalt East. Tom Hartbeck sitting down with Coach Joe Bacon. Coach, kind of rolling along. How do you go from week to week and make the kids buy into, okay, we got to forget about it and just keep moving on?
Well, it's hard.
Yeah.
You start getting success, and it makes it more exciting to kind of practice, but also you can get a little bit complacent. So every year that we've been successful, we've kind of had to fight that. And we had some extra stuff after practice yesterday, I think helped get their attention focused back to where it should be. So for the most part, they've done a pretty good job themselves of keeping us on point.
You guys are starting to have some large margins of victory. It doesn't really matter, but how do you keep it in their heads of, hey, doesn't matter what the score is, keep playing?
Well, our goal, right, it's not about what's on the scoreboard. It's about playing as close to perfect as possible. And if we want to be great, it's not, hey, we play well when we're winning or when we're behind we have to catch up. Like, it's about doing things the best way possible all the time, regardless of the score or record or any of those things. And so you got to fight against that, because naturally you kind of want to coast a little bit when it seems like you have an easier patch, but we've done a pretty good job, I think, so far of staying focused.
I've noticed in front of the locker room door, there's a whiteboard that kind of has some key points for the next opponent. When do those change, and what might that say for Zumwalt East?
Well, it changes every week. I update that on Fridays, just kind of the things that we got to focus on that Friday night in the game. And this week it's going to be about trying to pursue being a great football team. And again, not just for a quarter or a half or some plays, but like across the board, all three phases of the game, being that team that we feel like we're capable of being.
You said before you can't play the same you did at week 1, week 4 than we are at the end of the season. We're getting to the end of the regular season now. Are you starting to see it change a bit?
We're getting better. We're a little bit more focused. We're a little bit more on top of our assignments. But yeah, the race is on, and we talked about that yesterday. It's like, no matter how long our season is, the end's going to get here way too soon. And if we wait to try to become great till after week 10, there's a good chance it'll probably be too late. So we got to make sure we're making good progress on that now.
And last thing, the last 2 games in your guys' schedule is Timberland and then House Central. Those are obviously Class 6 teams. They're going to be big. They're going to be up against pretty good competition in Class 6. Do you like how that bodes for you guys heading into postseason?
Yeah, it's definitely good to get pushed during the regular season. And Timberland, they beat us last year, and we beat East, but it was a struggle last year. So those are 2 teams that we were probably favored to beat last year, but one we barely did and one we didn't even beat. So they should push us pretty well, and that's good for us, because if you don't play hard teams until you get to the playoffs, and that's the first time you're experiencing, maybe you're able to play well enough against it, but it sure helps to have experience with that before you get there.
Well, we're headed into Zumwalt East and into the home stretch, so keep it right here. Panther Broadcasting, powered by Prepcast. We'll see you next week. Panther Broadcasting, powered by Prepcast, your play-by-play network.